So let's say I want to do, as a topic says, like I have to do debtors analysis in Excel. So how we mostly do in, at least I have seen during my articleship life. So what normally my friends would have done is go on internet, find something template so that they can, you can say that they can do the aging analysis part there. Okay. And most of the time, whatever I have seen, people will be using nested if. Good grace, I tried with, you can say, Copilot, and it gave me at least the if function. Now even you can say that advanced formula environment, and everyone is saying that go for if statement other than, you can say, normally nested if, where you will be writing like if and everything. So that is one of the complex task, right? And the problem thereon is that first thing is the brackets, second thing is this is very hard coded, right? If in future, like, I want to add one more bracket, then I have to find out like, okay, where do I need to put the bracket properly? So that's how things are. Got it. So that's why you can say I try, or you can say I do my best to avoid nested if statements whenever it's possible. And I will be honest. So when I was training during, you can say, after I gave my second level exam that is called intermediate in Excel. So I had faced this problem. I asked my instructor if there is any other way out to do the same thing about debtors analysis. You can say sometimes we go for inventory analysis as well, inventory aging analysis, sometimes creditor aging analysis for our purposes. So that's what the thing. And I had done it like literally one by one if statement. Okay. And it was too much complex. And I was like, sir, is there a better approach? But he was like, okay, Aditya, we have got no option but to do this way. So what we can do, right? So there is actually one of the features which most people actually ignore. If you see the VLOOKUP function, and even I will explain you a bit more about it. VLOOKUP function, most of the time people will be like, okay, my lookup value is this, my table array is this, column index is this, and finally what they will do is they will simply use the zero, and they have no idea. Okay, right now I didn't put parameters, but yeah, you can say that they have no idea that why they are putting zero. We are always taught that 0 means you will find the proper values, 1 means you won't find the proper values. That's it. No one have taught us what's the meaning of approximate match. Okay, and actually Excel is doesn't even explain it better way as well. What do you mean by approximate match? Okay, where would it go? Would it be like the difference between two values and then it will approximate it with like rounding or anything like that? So that's what most of the time we get confused with. Okay, and uh, very few actually understand it in the first time is what is approximate match. So let me explain you with a very simple approach. So what we can do is let's write something like this. This is 1, this is 10, this is, or you can say 11, and then 21. That's it. Right now I'm going with it. If I am going to say that I want to look up the values, but most of the time we want to look up between intervals, right? So let's say I've got my value somewhere between 5. So if I'm going to do, not going to use a VLOOKUP. If I'm going to use XLOOKUP, and let's say this is A, this is B, and this is C. So if I'm going to look up this way, let me come here, and then one second, this is my lookup value. Here is my lookup array, and here is my another one, right? So if I'm going to do this way, it won't give me anything else, right? The reason being is that there is no 5 value here. Yeah. So what we can do now? So most of the time, as I've told you, people will go here. If this value is less than 1, then give me A. If this value is less than, or you can say greater than or less than 21, something kind of that logic. Okay. So that's what most people will be doing. But if we understand approximate match, what will happen now? So it will say that something like this, but in a different way. So what will it say? I'm standing here and I want to jump for 5 steps. Okay, let me do something like this. Yeah, so that will be much more easier to explain. Okay, yeah, it will be fine. So I want to jump till 5. So what will happen? I am standing here. You can say, 1 second. I'm standing here. I will jump for 2, 3, 4. 1 second. My drawing is very rubbish. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I am in the middle of my journey, right? You can say I'm halfway between from my first and middle half of between 11, right? So now what will happen? I will ask Excel. Excel will ask, Aditya, do you want to come to the lowest value or do you want to jump to the upper value? Got it? Because there is nothing between these two values. So what we can do here, right? So that's what is approximate match. Even if it was 4 value here or let's say 2 value here, so Excel will ask again, do you want to jump here, right? Do you want to jump here? Do you want to jump here? Mm, or do you want to jump here only? Right? Either move ahead or move backward because you cannot stay between them. Right? So that's kind of logic is going on here. And it has nothing to do with the rounding here. Got it? So what am I trying to say is just see here. So here you can say that weird why it is moving there. Yeah, let me zoom it a bit. Yeah. So you can say that either I want the exact match. In our case, we have no exact match, or next smaller item. Let's say here my value is 11. So I can jump, 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 and then reach here. Got it? If I'm reaching here, I am more than happy, right? But let's say I am stuck at 5 or let's say 6. So what is going to do? Either I can jump on here or either I fall down here. So that's what it is. Got it? Exact match or next smaller item. Here it is not next, but in a way you can say that it is my previous value. It if it was you can say the table was reversed, then yeah, it will be next smaller item. But you got my idea, right? Exact match or next larger item. So let's see what will happen. If I'm going to write here exact match or next smaller item, it will say me A because it is falling behind. Okay. And if I'm going to say exact match or next larger item, it is jumping here. Got it? So that's the whole idea here, right? So what we can now do here, if we go with that logic. So simply put, let's make an helper column here. So I'm going to call it as helper and I will mention something like I want to start from 1, then my 31st value, then my 61st value, and anything above than that, you can say 91st or anything above that it will be above 90 days. And you can say it is like these brackets are mutually exclusive. Okay, I forgot the exact term. What do they say is interpolation or what? I forgot the term right now. But yeah, so it won't be something like the moment I pick up 31st, then it will start giving me 31st value. Got it? So what we are going to do here is I will make something like an helper column more for days, and I am assuming something like this is my today. Okay, and that's it. You can say that here I've got 119, 119, 77. Or if you are not comfortable here, we can even test it here as well. So what we can do here, let's say value 50. I'm going to say 50, and then here selecting this range, and I'm going to fall behind, right? It is 31 to 60 days. Got it? If it was 30, I will get up to 30 days, right? And what will happen if I, let's say, 91? So I'm getting above 91, 90 days. 100 plus, you can say above 90, but there is something messed up. So it can be something like, let's say these are my due dates, okay? These are not my invoice date. Invoice dates are these. What can happen is le- tomorrow I can issue my bill around January, but the due date can be April as well, right? So what will happen? The days will go negative. What will happen in those circumstances? So let's say I've got 50, it will throw me an NA error, right? The reason being is that I'm starting from first. There is nothing behind it. Got it? So what we can do here? Either we can come here, make additional bucket and do the analysis part. Okay. Or something like we can use the XLOOKUP if not found one parameter. So what I'm going to say is, let's say not due. That's simple, right? So now it is giving me not due. So I am coming here, applying my logic, and that's my base. And then here I will freeze them now. That's it. So instead of writing those nested ifs, what we have seen earlier, it is now so much simpler, right? A very simple approach. And even if, let's say tomorrow I'm going to add one more bracket here. 1 second. Yeah, tomorrow I'm saying like this should be 91 to 120 days. And here I'm going to write 91. And here I will say above 121 days. Okay, 120 days actually. And here I will write 121. Just see, it will quickly be adjusted, not making it too much complex. So that's the core logic of approximate match. Got it? So that's the whole idea. But this was one of the, you can say, uh, how can I say that? Now we want to do the totaling part as well. So what we can do now, we can come here, right? And here it will be my amount total. Then here my bucket, and that's it. You can see that's how my totals are, right? 833737. And let's filter it out, and we can remove the not due part. 833737. So that's the whole idea. Got it? So that's what we can do here as well. And if you want to total, let's say about 31 to 60 days, we can see here it is 21706. And if we come here back, 21706. So that's how you can simplify your data's edging analysis. And that is like very, very simple compared to what we have done earlier, right? With nested ifs. And that's the thing, right? This was old school Excel where we were doing one by one things and calculating one by one things. Okay. And that's also my calculating cell because that's what the easiest part, right? But can we do something like, yeah, Tanisk, thank you for joining today. Yeah, best ways to summarize the bulky data. So that is very, very easier, right? And I will tell you one more thing. If you are using Office 365, then you can do so much simpler thing without doing so many big calculations. What we can do here is simply coming with the new function group by, right? It looks a bit kind of, you can say tricky function, but yeah, I will show you. So what we can do here. So it is asking me for raw fields. So you can say that this is my raw field, right? And here I have got these values. So what can I do here? I will copy my formula here and let's make it spillable as well, right? So what is my days? Days is nothing but let me do something like this. So that will make it things easier. Yeah, I won't be needing these ones. So what can I do now? So let's say I want to first calculate my due days. So what can I do? Equals to this value minus this. That's it. Okay. So that's what we can do. And here I am assuming it that I am not including my present day. Okay. If you want to include it, it's fine for you. But I don't think today will be relevant here. Right. So 31st, if I'm standing on 31st, that's day is not due actually. So that's the thing. But yeah, for the time being, I've calculated my due days and you can see it is spilling, right? Then what we can do now, we can make something like I'm going to use the helper cells anyways. So I'm going to look up, or you can say this is my bucket. So I'm going to say X lookup. I will reference it, then reference this much part. And then you can say that uh, I can do either of this. I can convert them into what you can say that hard coded value, but I generally will avoid that. Okay, so that's the thing. And then here I will say this is my bucket, and if not found, not due, and I will fall behind with my exact match or below. So that's the thing. Okay, yeah, I'm added this one, right? So that's the whole idea. Let me delete this one. So above 90 days, and here it is 90. Yeah. So now next step is, let me go back here. I will now group the values. Got it? So I'm using group by. These are my raw fields. Yeah. And my values are my amount total. Got it? And then my field function, what I'm going to do here, I'm simply going to use my sum function. That's it, because I want to total my amounts. And then here I can say that field headers, because I'm not including these field headers, so I'm simply going to avoid them. No, I don't want them. Then finally saying that I don't want the totals, or you can say I just want the simply the grand totals. Yeah, and sorting order is actually ridiculous right now. You will understand this. Got it? So it is not sorting properly. So that's a kind of an issue here, right? So what we can do now? So let me tell you one of the craziest function which you can use here. So this is xmatch function. Xmatch, I'm going to reference these values with these values. Okay. So what will happen is it will give me value something like this. Let me do this way, please. So I am coming here and you can see that what is happening is I've got my values this way, right? It is sitting at the fourth position, right? So that's the whole idea here. Let me make it total. And because this is again a field header and I want to join them together. So what can I do here? I can at stack them, horizontally stack them. So at stack, I will stack them this way and then I'm going to stack them. Not this one, but here this one, right? So I'm going to stack them. And there is one more function here. You can say the due days should be greater than 0. So the moment I do this, let me see where did I make a mistake. It is not the total death. Sorting order, no. Filter one. Yeah. So let me see where did I mix it up. Yeah. You can now see that I have not included my not due dates, right? So that's what we can do with the group by function. But because it is not sorting properly, so what we can do, we can use this logic. So we are coming here. I can say that I want to copy this formula here. I will place it here. And now just see here, right? I'm sorting the things properly. So that's how you can use these things. Yeah. And because I don't need this one now, so I've grouped them properly. The only thing is that I don't want this 1, 2, 3, 4 values. So what can I do? I'm going to drop the values. So I am coming here. I'm going to drop my first column. So that's the whole idea, right? So just see here. I've got one cell formula here. Now what can I do? I can come here and will say that let statement. You can do it manually as well, but I like OR about due date. Let's see what can I remove them here. You can say this is my amount, this is my due date. I don't want to reference them. I'm going to exclude them. I don't want this one as well. And then finally my buckets. Um yeah, today I don't want to reference this helper. I don't want to reference this one. Got it? And then I will remove this much part. Now you can see that I am getting my formula, right? It will look a bit kind of bulky, you can say, but the thing is that let me see where did I messed up. Bucket 2, yeah, here. So now let me show you something interesting. Let me delete everything. I don't need this much part. Yeah, just see here. I don't need any of the helper columns. Just one cell and everything is automatically updating. So if tomorrow, let's say I've got more buckets here, right? And 91 to 120 days, and here I will say 120, and here I will say 91 and 120, 121, right? Just see here, it will quickly automatically update, and it is one of the best ways for dashboards, right? Because the dashboards will update quickly. So that's the whole idea with dynamic arrays. Got it? So so that's one of the best ways. And yeah, if you have seen my previous videos, we can quickly convert it into, you can say the lambda function. So that will be much more easier. So these are a few of the things you can use with the dynamic arrays, right? But this is too much a hassle, right? We don't want to write formulas, Aditya. What we can do. Got it? So that is always one of the things you can say which always messes our head, that why do I have to write these many long formulas? Is there much more simpler way? There is, but I will tell you the consequences of it as well. Right? For the time being, I am keeping it here, and let's add one more value here, that is my days calculations. So again, I'm going to refer it, calculated my days, and now what can I do here? I will come here, quickly make a pivot table here. Yeah. And here, what can I do? I am coming here, put the days values here, and then the amount column. These are my totals, right? And let me say that amount. Weird. Why did it? Yeah, it's all fine. Sometimes Excel bugs came. And then here I will say that filter values, which is less than or equal to 0, because I don't need them. Okay. This is weird. Where did I filter it? less than or equals to, okay, this should be actually, yeah. So what should be here? Greater than or equal to, here the amount. Okay, why this is not giving me days? Interesting. Label filters. Yeah, okay. This will be the label filters. Yeah. Less than or equal to zero value. Great. It is actually not giving me. Okay, I messed it up a bit. Label filter greater than, or I should actually say, I want only those values which are greater than zero. So that's the whole idea. Now I've got at least this much perfectly fine. Now what can I do here? I'm coming here, group the values, and here I will say that I want to group them on 30 basis, right? The moment I do that, and my first value should be, you can see, first, and my last value should be 90. So let's see. You can see here, right? I've got 1 to 30. That's what I've got. 31 to 60, 61 to 90, and 91, or you can say above 91, right? And see, I don't like the names like this. So what can I do? It's very simple. I can replace them up to 30 days, and then here I can say that above 90 days. So that's one of the ways you can say that we can use pivot tables as well for data aging analysis, right? But I told you, right, why this approach has one of the setbacks. The thing is that, let's say my regulator is saying after 91 days, I don't want something like, you can say, up to 61 days, 60 days, I want all the information. But what if after 91 days, 60 days, I simply want something like 61 to 120 days, right? 121. Here it will be 61, and here it will be 121. And let me remove this much area. We don't need it, right? So here it will automatically update the values. You can see that there wasn't much effort for us. But what will happen here? If I'm going to group here, you can say that I can only group by 30 values here, not more than that. So that's one of the gray areas where you cannot do simply these things. Then all you will do is simply come here, use a nested ifs or something like XLOOKUP approach, so that we can look up the values this way and do the calculations. That's the only, you can say, idea we can do. Other than that, there is no possible way out here. Got it? So this is helpful only. You can say pivot table approach is helpful only when we are dealing with equal differences between two value, the ranges upper and lower limits. But if you want to be more flexible, definitely normal functions are much more good. Okay, and one of the best thing is that the values will be updating quickly. If tomorrow my date is changing to, you can say today, like 28 Feb 2025, then these values will quickly update, right? But here I need to go and press the refresh button. If you are working with dashboards, I will definitely go with my second approach because I don't have to update so many of things. Just one formula and I have got the idea. Because otherwise, if I've been using, like, you can say sum is function, someone can even mess my things here. Okay, I don't have the values here, but yeah, let's say if there was sum is function, then I can come here, or let me show you directly my completed file here. Yeah, let's come here, and here someone can just change the values here, or let's say you can manipulate the values here, right? No one will come to identify. Okay, but here you can quickly identify because the values are very less. But if you are working in large spreadsheets, then you cannot identify, right? What if someone has changed any of the values? So that's why I like dynamic arrays. Yeah. So I hope you guys have learned something new today, and how much easier it is with the approximate match in Excel. Got it? And I will come up with something new example here. How can we do approximate match in Power Query as well? Because Power Query doesn't have this feature of approximation match. So what we can do there as well. So let me find something example. If you have a good example, and if you have find out, okay, Aditya, this is one of the good examples. If you can explain that, yeah, I am definitely open for that. You can connect me on LinkedIn or write a comment here and I will definitely reply. Got it? Till then, happy enjoying and let's meet next Friday. Bye bye.